During the 20th century, small breweries nearly disappeared across New York State, and that decline was mirrored by the disappearance of the small family farm. But in the 21st century, as demand for local produce has increased, a new generation of brewers and farmers has emerged to meet demand. And in the small hamlet of Keysville, on the banks of Lake Champlain, two brothers have tapped into this growing movement.
I'm Dan Badger. I'm co-owner of Ausable Brewing Company with my brother Dylan. We've been on the property for about 6 years now. We took an old barn and rebuilt it from the ground up. We built this pavilion so that we had more public space, keep people dry on bad days. And now we're finally putting an expansion off the back of the building that's just production space. There were a lot of people that thought we were crazy to start a brewery where we did. There have been a few businesses that have gone into this old barn, didn't really do much. I think a lot of people thought it was neat that we were doing it, but didn't really expect it to make it.
We were in Vermont, and Vermont has this huge beer culture, a huge local agriculture movement going already. We saw the potential on this side of the lake. There's a lot of good farmland, a lot of young farmers starting new operations. We're all kind of working together to help create a movement here. You even see it in our logo. We have both the shovel and the mash paddle.
We do grow some of our own hops, and we grow some fruits. We grow elderberries, we grow black currants, and some other things that we use, especially in our Belgian lambics that we do. It's been amazing to do this with my younger brother. We know that we can depend on each other. We might get annoyed with each other, but at the end of the day, it's blood.
There's no one I trust more than him. We've kind of just divided it so that he's got certain things he does weekly and I've got certain things I do weekly.
We switch off. 1 week is my week to brew, the next week's my brother's week to brew.
We're very cautious to even have another employee come in and start working in the brew house because we're both so anal about how we like to run the brewery. And we definitely disagree on stuff, but there's love there and we come back to it at the end of the day with no hard feelings, for the most part.
So we opened August 30th, 2014. We built a parking lot. It was enough room for about 12 cars, and we were pretty proud of it, built it ourselves.
The first parking lot we built was too small by week 3.
We were just overrun with people. We had people parking along the roads in both directions. And then that whole next summer, we were just seeing bigger and bigger crowds each week. Today's Thursday, which is the first day of our week being open to the public. We're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's also our busiest day. Mace Chasm Farm, they have a food truck and they were doing Taco Thursdays just at their farm. And so as soon as we opened the brewery, it just seemed obvious that Taco Thursdays should move to the brewery. And so it just became a thing right away. And we now have food every day of the week. Friday's barbecue night, Saturday we have a crepe truck, and everybody kind of shows up at once at like 6, 7 o'clock. It's insane. We try to have live music every night.
You'll see 20 kids running around, families laying down on blankets, a bunch of dogs, everyone from 25-year-old kids to 75-year-old people that have been living here their whole lives. And it's really exciting for us to see just all those different people coming out to our brewery and, you know, see our lawn just filled with 200 people sometimes. That's what Dan and I wanted from the beginning, and it really came to fruition here.
We're only producing about 10 kegs at most a week. And so obviously that's not sustainable. So the way that we make it work is to get ahead in the winter.
We're closed to the public from January through the end of April, but that whole time we're still brewing in the back, and a lot of that time is also spent doing barrel-aged series, and that's when we do more of our sours and Brettanomyces beers. We're both really psyched about the Wayne Legitsky that came out last year. Just a really flavorful, juicy, mosaic dry hopped pale ale. It's one of those beers that IPA drinkers love and non-IPA drinkers love because it's got a ton of that hop flavor and aroma without much bitterness at all.
Next week we're gonna roll one out. It's a strawberry rhubarb lambic. That's a fun one.
We're happy with where our business is and where it's going, and we definitely see it being a profitable thing for ourselves as long as we grow organically and don't get in over our heads. When you don't owe that much and you're paying it off without a problem, you might be working hard, but keeps the stress levels low, which keeps us happy.
We're not trying to get our product onto shelves in supermarkets. We're not trying to take over taps in bars. We're really focused on getting people to come here and seek out our beer in our scene. And it's our atmosphere as well as the quality of our product that's really led to our success.